Hey guys, it's Michelle here and welcome back to another video, and today we actually have a reaction video. And if you guys don't know, last night was the Game Awards. I was up watching the Game Awards and something big dropped, which was Elden Ring NightReign. It got revealed, gameplay got shown, and this is the first time I've seen so much confusion, I think, about FromSoft titles, because the main reason I'm saying this is because this has nothing to do with Miyazaki. This is FromSoft, another FromSoft developer coming in and working on something new, which is a roguelike. And I think people either don't know what a roguelike is and haven't played games like Hades, some of the old God of War titles, or they just think it's a battle royale. And I just need to just explain a few things. A roguelike is not a battle royale. Roguelikes have been genre for a while now, and this is the first time FromSoft is doing something like this, where it has some BR elements, but it's actually a roguelike. And yes, I think this is something to be spectacle of. But FromSoft has built a reputation up after Elden Ring and even before their previous games, where they are a masterclass of a developing studio. They are so good at what they do, they don't let anything basically slide. They basically put all their effort into something. But one thing I will say before we get into the reaction is that Miyazaki isn't hands-on on this project. This has a new head director and stuff like that. This game is a spin-off, standalone game. So the developer of this game, I did read a interview with IGN, said that this game should be looked at as its own game, separate to Elden Ring's main story, which I think is interesting because it has a lot of, I will get to it in a minute, but it has a lot of stuff to do with Nox Stella and the Lord of Night, which is hinted at in the base game of Elden Ring, which is quite weird to say. I would just call this game like an Elden Ring, well yeah, it's a spin-off game, or an Elden Ring kind of like co-op separate game, which is fine. There's nothing wrong about that. But the one thing I will say about this is that this game will be hit or miss with some people, and I will get into that in a minute. So let's just get into reaction first, and then we'll talk about everything else. We are gonna do a bit of a reaction. I haven't watched this since last night, and I'm glad I'm doing it in the morning now where I'm wide awake. So let's get into it. I won't be doing much pausing for this. One thing I will say that the visuals look really damn good. This looks a lot like Lingrave though. This is also a surprise since they FromSoft now own the IP for Elden Ring, so.
Seekers of redemption, you were chosen, thrown together by forces beyond their control.
That's probably going to lose 90% of the player base just from that spoiler. This looks like a mod, man. This whole trailer does look like a modded thing someone would have created, but we'll see.
Tragedy must be averted. And for that, I need your help.
Stand tall. The night is far from over. Little pillager.
life of the Night Lord.
This just again really it just I was so surprised when this got announced last night. It was so surprising. 2025 as well, even though we had a DLC this year and they said they weren't working on anything else to do with Elden Ring. Jesus, I will say though, this looks really good. It does look really damn good. But anyway, let's go through the trailer a bit. And the main thing I want to talk about here is this here. Because what this looks like, and a lot of people that have played Battle Royales, this looks like a closing zone. As you can see, it's covering the terrain, and it's covering it in that blue flame, which I'm guessing is something to do with the night, like it's hinting at. But the problem with something like this is that, from what I've read online, is that this game's going to have 3 nights, and after each night you are forced to move to a different, or you're transported to a different area. If that's the case, will this game be really short? How long are these nights? How long is the game itself? Because again, from the whole trailer, this looks like a co-op game. It does look like a strict co-op game. So will there be content for single player players? Will there be content just for people that want to play on their own? Because again, Elden Ring isn't just like, it isn't just one of the greatest games of all time. It's one of them games where anybody can pick up and play it. No matter what type of gamer you are, you will find something enjoyable about Elden Ring. This is another shot I want to talk about. This shot, I know of a lot of people comparing this to where you jump out the battle bus and you can pick where to jump, but that's clearly not the fucking case. Because as you can see, he's running up the hill. It transitions to a flying eagle, and then he jumps off a cliff. He's clearly already in the zone. So what I'm presuming is that you can survive in the night areas, but you've got to get out of there as quickly as possible, like this guy's doing. Another thing I want to talk about is this area itself. This looks like a gritty scarlet rot swamp. This has got to be a poison swamp area. Another thing I do want to say is, from what I've read, this game's going to be heavily story orientated, is where the actual main cast is going to have their own standalone stories, because apparently I think there's 8 or 6 characters, and if that's the case, it's the first time, well, other than Sekiro, they've done this, where they've actually had main characters that have their own story, which is cool. And here is what everyone took everyone by surprise. If you've played Dark Souls 1, you know what this thing is. This is the centipede demon. And there's no shot about it, this is straight up just a centipede demon. It's just have a darker, just has a darker colour tone to it, but it might have already looked like that, but again, it's been a while since I fought the centipede demon. But yeah, this is just straight up the centipede demon. One thing I do want to mention, the weapons though. This type of weapon with the crossbow hook thing looks really cool. And here's another one of the main characters where he's a birdman with wings, a halberd and a bull. Is that an omen? Hold on, let me move back. It looks like some sort of omen guy here with the horns, with a big axe. That looks quite cool. Again, this isn't an RPG, this is a roguelike, so I'm guessing these classes are just going to be classes you build up upon. So you don't get to have that customization of experimenting with different builds, which, again, if you played Sekiro, I don't think you would mind this, because Sekiro there isn't much build variety. But man, this game looks good. Because again, this is a standalone game, don't get me wrong, it's used a lot of assets from Elden Ring, like these are Godric soldiers, like straight up the Godric soldiers. And this is a Zamor hero here. Yeah, just straight up a Zamor hero. And this is another thing. I'm presuming, because they have a different voice actor, this is the Firekeeper from DS3. The main reason I'm saying that is, if you've played Dark Souls 3, you know the Firekeeper has an ornament like this on her face to cover her eyes, which is basically to stop her from seeing the truth because she has no eyes. If that's the case, how is the Dark Souls world gonna intertwine with this new story? That's one of the main things I do want to, I think a lot of people are interested in knowing, because they are doing a lot of things here which are brand new. This here looks straight up like Lost Izalith. Yeah, it kind of does look like Lost Izalith, but this might be like Haze Tower of Flame, not Haze Tower of Flame, shit, what's that area in DS2? I don't know, that flaming area in DS2, this is what it kind of looks like. I forgot what it's called though, really. The movement, top tier. I think if this game does well, they should do more games like this. And then this is just straight up the name of this game. No, bro just forgot what game he's in. If he's back though, I wonder what else Dark Souls 3 bosses or Dark Souls bosses in general, because this is mainly a Dark Souls x Elden crossover they're doing. I wonder which else bosses. Yeah, this is I'm guessing this is gonna be another character. And one thing I do want to mention is, obviously this character has a parrying mechanic. They have a light of armor, stuff like that. And here, I don't think I picked up on it, but you hear Morgott speak.
Little pillager. Bent on backing.
Yeah, that's just straight up Morgott. Yeah, that's who Morgott's voice actor is. I don't know his name, but that's basically who voices Morgott. This is a new creature. I don't recall ever seeing a creature like this in any of the Souls games. But yeah, having these classes and different camera angles are going to be something to get used to, because I'm so used to the back shot. Pause. I'm so used to the behind the view when it comes to the camera angles and stuff. Another thing I want to mention, this character here will probably be my main character, because she straight up looks like Lady Maria, some sort of nobility rogue character. I've always really liked the one cape like design. I've always been a fan of this. She has the Lady Maria hairstyle. This is also the round table I forgot to pick up on. But yeah, I had no fucking clue what this thing is. Looks like some sort of eldritch being though. And we have a Cerberus. I believe this is the first time they're doing a Cerberus boss, because I don't recall ever seeing one. Which, this boss arena, by the way, looks gorgeous. I love it. I love the banners, the sunset in the background. I love it. And if I'm guessing if you're playing in co-op, it splits apart into three dogs to attack each 3 of the players, which it looks like it's doing. This is one thing I do want to mention, is this just looks like the Gate of Divinity. It just does. And as you can see in the background here, is this like the beginning of the Erd Tree? Because these look like roots in the background over here. Again, I'm not VOD video, I'm just speculating. And one thing I do want to mention, this cover art here, I actually like it more than the actual Elden Ring one. I think the symbol is covered like the actual Queen Marika symbol, but you can still point it out. And it's covered with this night flame-ish thing. But I think this type of cover art with people, with like, because obviously you can see some of the characters here. This is the main knight character. The bird character is over here. And this is the female lead here. I don't know what they're cooking with this, but they are doing such a good job. The one thing I do want to mention quickly is that there has been a few new screenshots on Twitter that was released for the game that I do want to quickly grab, because a few other bosses were shown from previous FromSoft games that I do want to bring up. Here we are. Here's the IGN review as well. So here's the IGN review, and here are the 9 screenshots that were shown. So obviously this is the Cerberus one we saw. Obviously the gliding in. This looks like a straight up brawl. You have no common enemy types here. Then you have a bell bearing on here. This is a new character we haven't seen before. I actually really dig a design like this, and this area looks brand new, completely brand new. We've got another look at the katana person here. And here she is, the Duke's dear Phaedra. I am actually surprised they brought her back out of all the bosses in DS2. Because I'm going to be honest, I really digged the theme they were going with the Duke's Deirdre, but again, typical DS2, she was such a disappointing boss. Because her scale, if you actually look at her scale in the game of DS2, she is huge. And having her in the fucking woods is going to be terrifying. I think these are beastmen, but obviously it looks like there's going to be dungeons to explore for new loot. This is just a brand new thing. I've never seen this thing before. Is this the Lord of Night? I don't think so. This looks like some sort of guardian centaur creature. But yeah, this looks fucking great. And obviously we got the interview here. It would be say that there's nothing like that doesn't make sense. It's by NightReign, or that there is some inspiration that is to enjoy elements of not Souls games but other games with challenging elements or speedrun tactics. Definitely. Has Miyazaki-san had any input on the game or strictly hands-off on this project? So identically, I took the idea to Miyazaki-san, who gave the green light. He was involved in the internal concept phase of the game, but after he had gave the full reign to me. So Jura I'm just going to call him Jura. I'm not going to butcher his last name, but so as I just read, Miyazaki was in the concept phase of the game, but he's hands off. So this is basically a few years ago. If you guys know, FromSoft actually said that they're open to some of their other developing studios and stuff. Not other developers in the studio making their own games. And I think this is the first case we've seen it now. Jura, this is the first time I'm hearing of his name. That's making his own game. Is going to be the main developer for this title? Here it is. Here's what I want. This game is designed to be played 3-person team up, but you can play it solo player. This is the main thing I think they needed for a game like this. A solo player experience for a roguelike, but you can also play it 3-person team is something I wanted to see. Something I wanted to confirm, because again, roguelikes, even if this is a co-op, because this is basically, if you guys have played Monster Hunter, this is reminds me a lot of Monster Hunter but with Elden Ring. A solo player experience is definitely needed for a title like this. I also want to know how the day system works. I do need to read it all literally right after the video, but I do want to mention this, that do not just go around calling this game an Elden Ring Battle Royale, because this game does not have PvP. It does not look like it's going to have PvP. So I would not just go around calling it an Elden Ring PvP. The one thing I am interested in is how they are going to connect the story to the previous Souls games. That's the one thing I'm interested in the most. So yeah, I wanted to get on quickly and talk about this, because again, it was the most surprising thing ever. I did expect I was expecting something from FromSoft this Game Awards, but I wasn't expecting something like this. So yeah, this was fucking huge. But before I say anything, I am really excited about this game. I will be playing it on the channel when it comes out. But the last thing I want to say about this is that do not be going around saying misinformation, calling this game a Battle Royale, a PvP game. It's not. It is a rogue-like survival type of game, it looks like. Well, to me, even in the interview we kind of read, is that this game is going to be a co-op, single-player, oriented game, which looks good. So anyway, before I end off the video, because again, I did make another video before this, but this video is probably going to come out tonight, so that video probably won't be seen the day of light. You probably plan next week or something like that. But where have I been for the last 2 weeks? I did put on my community tab, if people read that, is that I've been having massive internet issues and stuff like that. I was supposed to get my internet sorted out by a new internet company yesterday, but because of how bad the weather's been in the UK lately, they had to cancel, and it doesn't get sorted until literally the same week on Christmas. So yeah, again, I don't like not uploading, but again, when things are out of my control, I can't really do anything. So I apologise for that. But yeah, I do want to say this though, because I did mention in the last kind of the last video, is that you will be getting 3 more videos this year. So you'll be getting 1 video next week. There will be no video on Christmas week at all because it's Christmas week and I'm busy. And you'll be getting one on the 30th of December. And yeah, this year has been, I don't want to get into this year's stuff because this year has been great for content creation for me. I know I haven't grown as much as I wanted to, but as a content creator, well, not a content creator, I wouldn't even come as someone that likes making videos, it's been really fun doing it. So yeah, anyway guys, thank you guys for watching this mini breakdown / reaction, going over everything kind of with Elden Ring Night. I will be doing making a playlist for this, so if there's any future gameplay trailers, any big updates for this game, I will be making videos on it, because again, Soulsborne games are my favourite type of games to play, and roguelike games are one of my favourite genres to play. So I will be keeping tabs on this from whenever it goes. So yeah guys, thank you a lot for watching, and I'll see you a lot in a bit. Peace.